Hey there, welcome back to another video. This time around, it is yet another unboxing. I am checking out another batch of goodies from a longtime friend of mine and subscriber of the channel, Jonathan. Uh, I, I mean, words cannot express enough how much I appreciate his generosity over the years, as well as yours, as well as your kind words and your comments and any of the PayPal requests and stuff like that, or any of the support I've gotten through my Patreon. I'll have links to both my PayPal and my Patreon in the video description if any of you want to request a film or TV series or a topic for me to discuss, as long as it's not politics. I'm not going into that on this channel. Not that I don't have thoughts, not that I don't have opinions. I just would rather limit them to friends and family versus this platform. I want this platform to be entertaining. I want this platform to be something where people can get away from it all, and that's why it's a strict no politics platform. Um, I have been busy with work. I've been doing over 30 hours a week the past couple weeks because I'm back working again. That's why my schedule is a little bit off, why you haven't seen a whole lot of uploads lately. It's because I've just been super, super, super busy making that money. More money, more money, more money. So I did 36 hours last week, and then this week I've gone over 30 again, and I got close to 30 next week. So I mean, I'm fine with it. I'd rather be working than not. But that's the reason why I'm having a lot of delays with content. I do have a lot of stuff coming up after this. Some more paid requests from some people. There are some requests that some people have made that I've moved up the list, but I will get to after the paid requests, like films like American Animals, Black Book with Paul Verhoeven, who directed it, um, stuff like that. I would say the next review is going to be of Unfriended Dark Web, because a friend of mine wanted to hear my thoughts on it, and he sent me some money to buy the Blu-ray and do a review. So I did check that out fairly recently, and so that'll be the next video, the next review. After that will be a series of requests from PayPal. And then in between stuff like that, I have some random things. I want to do a review of the movie Bliss. I saw that recently, and I definitely have quite a few thoughts on it that I would like to share, as well as reviews of The Invisible Man from 2020 and The Hunt. And there's some other random stuff that I want to throw in there as well from films that I've seen fairly recently, but I haven't gotten around to reviewing yet, like Six Underground, Ransom with Mel Gibson, as well as other requests of stuff, like, for instance, Attack Force, which was requested by Matt Rambo for Life, and some random stuff that I want to review, like newer films like Becky. I'm really curious about that one, so that'll probably be coming up, as well as reviews of some TV shows like Tales from the Crypt season 3 and season 1 of the '80s Twilight Zone, because I watched the entirety of season 1 fairly recently, and I would like to do a video on that. But anyway, and the usual DVD and Blu-ray update, and I am wanting to do another Talking Cinema, just talking about some movie news and trailers and stuff like that as well. So enough blabbing. Let's get into the meat of this video. So I'm definitely going to be reading the letter as well that Jonathan sent me, or at least answering the questions that he's asking me, which is what I've been trying to do with these letters. But I will save that for later, because I also have some other things that I picked up fairly recently that I want to show you. So anyway, let's get started. So Jonathan, he sent me Zombie, the 4K Ultra HD release. Um, Yeah, and I popped this in, and it actually looks really good. It really does have a legitimately good 4K transfer. I had Zombie before. He sent me the regular non 4K release by Blue Underground. Forgive me if you see like stuff just really washed out in terms of like the colors. I'm still messing around with the settings on my computer and OBS, so it's gonna take a little bit to get things to where I really want them to be. Um, and also, I really honestly want to get better lighting so that it's not so washed out looking. But yeah, this is Zombie 4K. This is going for a crazy. I mean, this is pretty expensive for even a 4K Blu-ray. I went to Fry's to get parts for my computer, and I got a few other things, Fry's Electronics, and the price tag for this was like $50. So, it's definitely something that I would say if you have 4K, if you have a 4K player and a 4K TV, and you're a big fan of this movie, it's definitely worth getting. Also, I really like this cover better than whatever Blue Underground did with their previous Blu-ray releases of a remastered version of the film. I always thought those were incredibly ugly looking, so I'm glad that they went back to the original VHS cover art. Then he also got me Beyond Re-Animator, the collector's series from Vestron Video. This is a title that's been on my wish list for a long time. I actually haven't seen Beyond Re-Animator, so I'm looking forward to checking this out whenever I get around to watching the Re-Animator films. Speaking of Re-Animator, that's another thing I want to do. I want to fairly soon is do reviews of Stuart Gordon films in honor of him, in remembrance of Stuart, who passed away this year. But anyway, you have Beyond Re-Animator. We have Lion King, the Diamond Edition. I grew up with this movie, watched a lot on VHS, never seen it in HD, so this will be fun. And I did have it on DVD, but I did not have it on Blu-ray. And I'm fine with it not being in 4K because I really don't know how 4K animation is going to look. But really glad to have the Lion King. I don't even really I don't care about the live action version. I'm not even gonna bother unless somebody asks me to review it or pays me to check it out. Then I'll do it. But other than that, nah. I got so many other movies I'm more interested in than that. Uh, Here we have Pet Cemetery 2, the collector's edition from Scream Factory. I am glad I have this because I only had it on DVD, and I'm glad to have anything that anyone is willing to send me, to be honest. Because that's just it's something that still to this day is very humbling to me, and I really don't I kind of don't understand it sometimes because I'm just a YouTuber. I'm just a guy who just sits down in his computer chair and talks about movies. There's a lot of there's a lot of moments where I think like I'm just a very small ripple in a massive ocean of YouTubers. So it's one of those things that like I can't really stress enough like how much I appreciate it and how much gestures like this are really quite amazing in a lot of ways because of it just shows me that and so does your comments and all of your other everyone else who's ever left a kind word on my channel. I want to stress that too, that those are also really important to me. But when you have stuff like this, you have these acts of generosity. It really does it puts things into perspective in a lot of ways. It shows you that you are doing something that people really appreciate and not only enjoy watching or taking in, but genuinely appreciate. And I want to thank you all for that, as well as Jonathan and everyone else. Um, it's something that really does, in a lot of ways, keep me going, even when I get kind of burned out and I get a little tired and I kind of don't want to do it. It's stuff like that, you know, and comments that say, you know, your videos help me get through the day, or your videos help me pass the time while I'm at work. You know, the stuff like that. I mean, not everyone on this platform can actually, you know, say that, because there's a lot of people, you know, there's so many channels, there's millions of channels, and just to have a small community or a small following, the small following that I do have, it's something that I really do appreciate very much, and I want to make that very clear. So anyway, yeah, this says a new 4K scan of the film, some features and stuff like that. I hate this cover art though. What is this? I did not know the Pet Sematary 2 was a werewolf movie. Did Scream Factory get the order mixed up for their Silver Bullet cover art, and then decided to use that for Pet Sematary 2? But then again, I haven't actually seen Pet Sematary 2, so or at least I haven't seen it in so long that I don't remember that much about it. So, was there a werewolf in this movie? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a werewolf in it, but I don't. That cover art sucks. Here we have Riccio, the story of Ricky on Blu-ray. This film, I've heard, is batshit crazy. I've seen the clips online. It looks like it would be a blast. Hyper violent, hyper gory, in the vein of Fist of the North Star, the anime. This is, I think this is one of the better versions of the film to have. Even though I've heard that this release does not have the English dub, but it says it does have the English dub, so I don't understand what some of the critics have, because I've seen some people talk about this saying it doesn't have the English dub. Maybe they're talking about another thing, because it mentions an English track, so I believe it does have the English dub. This is region locked though, so if you're not region free, you're not going to be able to watch this. There's another release out there of it, but this is the one I wanted because it also comes with a collector's booklet. Comes with a collector's booklet, and it's a multi-disc set. So you have one Blu-ray disc and you have a DVD. You also have reversible cover art. But yeah, I prefer this cover art though. This cover art's really cool. So Riccio, the story of Ricky. The Dirty Harry films on Blu-ray. This set is honestly a bit misleading, and I mean misleading in a good way. Rarely does it happen when you have something that's misleading in a good way, but that is the case with this set, because this looks like it's bare bones. Because you look at the back, there is nothing listed on it in terms of special features, but when you put these discs in your player and you go to special features, it ports over all of the features from the DVD and the Blu-ray box set. So, except for the Clint Eastwood documentary, which is an exclusive, I think, to the Blu-ray or the DVD set, and the other goodies like the replica of Dirty Harry's badge and a few other things. But this really does have the Blu-rays of the Dirty Harry films. So if you're having a hard time finding the box set for cheap, the Blu-ray box set, and you see this for a lot cheaper, pick it up. I mean, my friend got it for like, the price tag says $5.99. He found it at some kind of discount shop, so it's a good deal for the Dirty Harry films. You get all of them, and they are in HD, and all the features are on the discs. They're not bare bones. They even have the cover art on the discs as well. So I think it's actually just the original Blu-ray discs that are just put into one case instead of a box set. Here we have White Men Can't Jump, the Blu-ray. Really enjoy this film. Really glad to have this on Blu-ray. I think this is a classic. One of my favorite films starring either of these two actors, Wesley Snipes or Woody Harrelson. Then we have the 4K Blu-ray of Labyrinth to go along with my 4K Blu-ray of Dark Crystal that Jonathan also sent me. I can see David Bowie's package in the highest definition possible. And then he got me a DVD of a film called The Triplets of Belleville. I've heard of this, but I've never seen it. But I have heard of the film. But that's not all. Because he sent me what he likes to call coasters. And he has some notes and stuff with them. He likes to cut out the cover art and also look at a few things. So he sent me The Visit. And I think this is just a coaster. Because he's talking about... I guess he's trying to ask me about which is worse, The Visit or Extreme Ops. I'll probably say Extreme Ops. There's a review from Eric Wakuski from Joe Blow. What Jaws did for sharks and Psycho did for showers, The Visit will do for grandparents. Yeah, that is bullshit. That's total bullshit. Would you put The Visit on par with August Underground, Demented, Cannibal Terror, Ballbusters, Creepshow 3, Critters, New Binge? I don't know. Honestly, it's been such a long time since I've seen The Visit. I can't honestly put it on the same level as those films, but I do remember it being pretty fucking shitty, though. Literally. Which sucked more? Both 0-star movies that sucked ass equally. These are The Visit's pretty awful, but yeah, because he had a little notes on it and everything. That's what I'm reading from. He also had this quote from Sean Edwards, who said it's creepy and suspenseful. Yeah, I disagree with that. Then he also sent me this, as he wants me to rant on this, because he's friends with me on Facebook, and I have a Facebook account, and if you want to follow me on there and, see some of my ramblings on social media, you can do that. I have a link on my channel. It's the big F logo that's in the corner of my channel page. But anyway, because that's actually a link to my group. But I do actually have a Facebook page if you want to contact me. Just look up. Just look for the profile with my name that has the profile picture of RoboCop and the quote "Your move, creep" on it, and that's me. But anyway, he follows me on Facebook, so he knows about my rants on this film from when I saw it for a foreign film class for college, and so he sent me Babette's Feast. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to revisiting this. To be honest, I didn't even watch the entire thing. I flipped through it enough to be able to answer the questions for the movie because it was so fucking boring. But yeah, the quote from the Los Angeles Times is delectable, a fable told with passion, intelligence, and sumptuousness. Yeah, and the reviewer also forgot to mention how fucking mind-numbingly boring the movie is. But yeah, Babette's Feast, and then he also sent me the Fright Night remake, which, to be honest, I am kind of curious about revisiting. I honestly am kind of curious about revisiting that film. I still think it's going to suck, but I don't think I'm going to hate it as much as I did the last time around I saw it. The rest of this stuff here is stuff that I bought. So I got a VHS here of Beer. I got this because I had honestly been wanting to get my hands on this film for the longest time. Yes, I've been wanting to get some beer, but not the kind of beer that you think about. And a seller online was selling this for a reasonable price, so I got it. I saw a trailer for this a long time ago. It looked like it might be a fun movie. It stars Loretta Swit, Rip Torn, Kenneth Mars, David Allen Greer also has a little bit role. Has a pretty it's not a bit role. He has a pretty big role in it. And there's a Warner DVD, or I don't think it's Warner. I think it's another company that does the DVD, but it's expensive, and it was actually cheaper for me to buy the VHS. And the VHS has a much better cover art as well. The DVD has some really lazy, just a photo slapped on the case, and that's it. But I've been curious about this one. The only time I could find any, I can't even find a good quality version of it until recently, where it's on streaming. But yeah, I'm glad to have that for the collection. Here we have some 4K releases. I got The Shining in 4K because I only had the regular Blu-ray before. I honestly really like this slipcover, so I'm glad that this Amazon release came with the slip. And this is a little bit better. It's just the cover art. I really like this cover art. So yeah, The Shining. Heard it's a really good transfer. Really looking forward to checking that out. And speaking of The Shining, I also got Doctor Sleep. I didn't get the 4K release, but I haven't seen the film yet. And this was a lot cheaper because Amazon had a buy three, get them for the price of two deal. So this was a part of that deal. It was Doctor Sleep. And then I also got The Mask of Zorro from Sony. Love this movie. I had watched these a few months ago. I watched The Mask of Zorro and Legend of Zorro, and I was going to do reviews, but I never got around to doing it. And I'm glad I waited because now I can rewatch the first film again in 4K and then do a review sometime this summer, as well as check out The Legend of Zorro again. And that'll be a legendary rant because that is one of the biggest, most disappointing sequels ever, if you ask me. 8 years, and you got that fucking piece of shit. But anyway, this is a classic. I love The Mask of Zorro. It's one of my favorite action adventure movies. It's my favorite Banderas film. This cover art, I don't mind the artwork itself, but I don't like the titles. The way that they set it up makes it look really cheap. I don't really like the way they set it up. I would have liked it more if they copied over the original fonts, which isn't really the most original either or unique, but it just looks a little bit better. This just looks a little janky to me. But anyway, The Mask of Zorro in 4K, which I actually voted for because Sony had this. They had this poll a year ago. I believe it was a year ago, where you could vote for potential 4K releases, and one of them was Mask of Zorro. And I voted for it, and here we go. We have Mask of Zorro. So I kind of contributed to Sony actually doing something like that. That's really cool. So I got an Arrow Video release of a film called The Woman. The reason why I got this, it was at Fry's, and that was such a sobering experience for me. Because Fry's Electronics was like a mecca, an absolute just shrine to physical media when I was a kid. I rarely got a chance to go there because it was so far away from my house, and whenever I had the chance to go there, it was just unbelievable how much content and how wide the selection was. I wish I took photos back then because it would have been really something else to share because it was just unbelievable. It was just stacked as an understatement. And this is honestly during the DVD era. There wasn't a whole lot of Blu-rays. I don't even remember them really selling a whole lot of Blu-rays when I went over there. But then again, I didn't really get to go over there that much. So when I went over there, wasn't very much. But I still cherish those memories because like that was my first exposure to like a big box store being just filled to the brim with movies. I could spend hours at Fry's just looking around in their movie section. And then what I mean by sobering is when I went back there with my friend, it's a shell of itself. There's so much empty space. The DVD and Blu-ray section is paltry. It is so tiny. It is so tiny. It's sad. It was sad. It really was. It was sad because, and it really is a sobering reminder of, the times. Big box stores are going out in terms of being a way to get physical media. They used to be the go-to place, and they aren't anymore. Even electronic stores. So it was a sobering thing. But I knew I wasn't gonna go back to Fry's anytime soon. So I decided to do a goodbye haul, and this is one of the titles that I picked up because it was around the same price as Amazon, and I didn't pay any tax. And I got to bring it home. So this is The Woman. It looks interesting. It sounds interesting to me. It deals with this last surviving member of a deadly clan of feral cannibals that roamed America, and someone's attempt to try to civilize her, and of course it goes awry. But and Arrow does an amazing product. They do a great job. They do an absolute beautiful job with their presentation. So even if I ultimately didn't wind up liking the film that much, it's still a worthy addition to the collection. So The Woman. And these I actually got from Walmart. Check your Walmart, folks, and check it fast, because these are not going to last very long. They're going to sell out pretty quick. They might have already sold out. Walmart is starting to carry more Shout Factory and Scream Factory releases. And so I went to one of my Walmarts and I was able to nab all of these. They have had Starman, the collector's edition, over there, and for a lot cheaper than anywhere else online. I think it was like $12.96 for Starman, $14.95 for Big Trouble in Little China with the slip, $12.96 for Escape from New York, $10 each for Dirty Rotten Scoundrels and Brewster's Millions. And that it doesn't stop there, because you also have Cobra, the collector's edition, for $10. And I'm really glad to get this because the feature is a little disappointing. There's no interview with Stallone. There's no deleted scenes, and that sucks. But it does have some interviews, and it does have a remastered version of the film. It is the 2K remaster of the film, which is an upgrade over what used to be on that particular release. Yeah, pretty good, really good deal on that stuff. Cobra, Brewster's Millions, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, way cheaper than you'll find them anywhere else. And other titles like Someone to Watch Over Me with Tom Berenger. And these are all films that I really wouldn't jump out and buy at regular price. So it's a good way to expand your collection. There's also Candyman, but that's been there for a while. There's also box sets like the Fly box set for $40 if you can find it. They're also starting to roll out It's Alive, the It's Alive trilogy. So yeah, go to your Walmart, because there's a lot of Shout Factory, Scream Factory stuff over at Walmart right now. And then some more Blu-rays. Got these from Goodwill recently. V for Vendetta. Pretty fitting considering the times that we're living in. Battle Los Angeles, because I honestly did not have it on Blu-ray, and I really like this film. I think it's underrated. King of Comedy, aka the Joker. But I actually haven't seen The King of Comedy or The Joker, but I've read about their similarities. I've seen bits of this. I watched a part of this for a film class, but we never actually finished it. God Told Me To. This is the last one of the not really the last thing I got at Fry's, but one of the few things. I actually got a discount on it because this was creased on the back. Really liked this one. I thought it was a gem. This is definitely worth getting if you don't have the Blu-ray, if you only had the DVD, because it has some extra interviews and features that are exclusive to this release, and a new 4K remaster of the film. Got Young Guns. It's very bare bones, really meh transfer, but it's better than the DVD, and I love this film, and it was like $5, so I was like, sure. This needs please, Lionsgate, give us a 4K release of Young Guns. It's about damn time. And I also got Major League, because I did not have it on Blu-ray, and I love this film. This is my favorite baseball film, and just one of my favorite Tom Berenger, Charlie Sheen, Corbin Burnson movies. So much fun. Love that movie. Then I got, these are all, most of these are titles I got from Fry's, except for one exception I got at Walmart. We got The Golden Years, with that shitty cover art. It's only like $3, because I thought it might be a little bit of an upgrade over the previous DVD release I have. And it is a little bit. It doesn't look that bad. White Boy Rick, because I saw the trailer a while back and I was curious about it. Another film I was curious about, mid-90s. Batman The Dark Knight Returns, the deluxe edition. Really like this film. Did not have it on DVD as one movie. I had it in parts, so I wanted to get it as one film, plus all the extra goodies. And the price was like only $5. And it'll upconvert nicely. I don't need the Blu-ray. And then we got the Dragonheart collection. All 5 Dragonheart movies. Because I'm a sucker for a glutton for punishment, apparently. And that cover art is fucking ass. That is so shitty. And the DVD... The sequels look way better than the original film. Because it's just the old original DVD put on into the set. So, that's it for the DVDs and Blu-rays. I also wanted to show you some other stuff real quick before I get to the letter. I pre-ordered these a while back from an action figure toy reseller. Not reseller, a seller, toy seller online. And because I saw an advertisement for these, and I was like, man, these look really cool, and I don't have any Ghostbusters action figures. So I decided to get the Plasma Series Ghostbusters action figures from Hasbro. So here we have Winston Zeddemore. They're really cool. I haven't taken them out of the package yet because I have not got Ray yet. And I pre-ordered these months in advance, and I didn't get them all at once. So I'm like, when is Ray coming? Like, it took a while. I got Venkman and Winston together, because this is Venkman. But I did not get Egon until I got him separately. I got Egon separately. And I'm still waiting for Ray. And I don't really care about the Dana Barrett or Gozer. I'm not like a completionist. I just wanted the original Busters. So, waiting for Ray. I'll show Ray when I get him. But, yeah, that is it for the movies and stuff. I'm going to get a drink of some Baja Blast real quick. Get to the letter. Dear Mike, I hope you enjoy these gifts. I definitely do, and I definitely will. I'll send you the Maniac 4K Blu-ray and a few other stuff next month. In September, I'll send you the Tales from the Dark Side Blu-ray, House by the Cemetery 4K, and more surprises. Man, that's another thing I want to mention in terms of upcoming reviews. More requests from Jonathan. He's wanting to hear my thoughts on films like Street Fighter Part 2, the animated movie. So I'm going to do a lot of that stuff. So in between the random stuff I'm going to do after I get done with this string of requests, I'm going to be doing a set of reviews from Jonathan's list of requests of films that he's sent me and he wants to hear my thoughts on. So, and honestly, there are a lot of films that I've wanted to review, and I think they're reviews that I honestly think that you'll find interesting as well. Hope you enjoy Riccio. It says it looks great. I hope you enjoy the anime OAV, which you can find 1 and 2 on YouTube. Oh, I didn't even know there was a Riki-Oh anime OAV. All right, I'll definitely check that out. Um, Gravity should be upgrades. I don't think I got Gravity unless you unless it's in there, and I didn't see Gravity in the box. So maybe I'll get it later. Might be something like that when you mentioned I think Daylight or Lockup in one letter a while back, and I didn't get them until later. But yeah, I would love to get Gravity on Blu-ray because I only have the DVD, and that movie begs to be watched in the highest definition possible. Labyrinth looks amazing in 4K. Zombie looks and sounds amazing on 4K. It does. And I didn't watch the whole thing, I only watched the opening credits, but it really does look really good. For August, I'd like to see you review Blackjack, Kiki's Delivery Service, September, Perfect Blue and Pompoko. One of these days, one of these months, I just want to do a whole anime month. And just do, like, nothing but anime requests from Jonathan, anime films that he sent me. Because he's also talking about Nausicaa, Demon City Shinjuku, Robot Carnival, Ninja Scroll, Vampire Hunter D, Castle in the Sky, and Totoro. Street Fighter 2, Riccio. I guess he also wants to hear my thoughts on the anime. Alright. Wicked City, live action, Battle Royale, Goofy movies, Aladdin, Fright Night, Taxi Driver, August Underground, Mordom, Child's Play 2019, Batman Returns, Batman TA Animated Series, Season 1, Part 1, Watership Down, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Nikita, Leon, Blue Velvet, Tailspin, Spin on Your Grave, whole bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I'm total. I'll in Babette's Feast. I'll check it out. I'll do a video on it. Dark Crystal, Netflix series, Flight of Dragons, a whole bunch of other stuff. Conan films, so on and so forth. Critters, New Cringe was a horrible piece of shit. Cash in. Yep, sure was. I agree with every word you said there. Did we need to see Human Woman getting it on with the Krite? Fuck no. No, we didn't need to see Critter Cunnilingus. That's something that nobody wants to see. So yeah, I agree with you on your thoughts on that film. For sure. He says he also can't wait for other reviews that I have in mind. Like other stuff, like License to Drive, which is another film that a subscriber of mine has asked me to share my thoughts on. And I'm a long-time subscriber, by the way. It says, how about awful writing in Critter's new binge? Would you like to have Captain Crunch teeth or hot dog for fingers? Yeah, that was a pretty bad line. How many stars do I give Critters 3 and 4? Critters 3, I'm going to give... I'll give that 3. Like I said, I thought it was an okay time waster. 4, I'm giving 1.5. New binge, 0. Attack, 1. Night of the Demons. Night of the Demons 1 gets 3.5. Night of the Demons 2 gets 3.5. Night of the Demons 3 gets 1 star. Hollow Man, 5. I really like that film a lot. Case 39, 2.5. After Midnight, 2. Woman in Black movies. The first one I liked quite a bit, actually, so I would give it 4. The second one, 1 star. Memoirs of Invisible Man, 3 stars. Wall Street, 5. That movie's fantastic. The sequel, though, disappointing. 2 stars. Actually, less than that, because I can't even give it 2 stars. 1.5. The Willies, I'll say 3, but with Peck's actual pedophile bullshit because he's a pedophile. 2.5. Then he's asking me, did you hear about another Labyrinth film from the Jim Henson Company, The Goblin Queen? Yeah, I did. I don't have much to say about it, but we'll see. Another Alien film from Ridley Scott. Yeah, I did hear about that. Just stop with those movies, man. That franchise is dead as a doornail. And he talks about Tailspin. Yep. I did grow up with that show. I used to watch it on Disney Channel. I even had some action figures when I was a kid. Talks about Tailspin some more, a few other things. It talks about Louis, King Louis. Sorry, got tired brain. Nice purchases. Rad does look really good. Helen Slater. Did I think Helen Slater was a babe? Absolutely. Secret of My Success. Supergirl. It mentions the Homewrecker trailer. Yeah, that movie looks that looks like a wreck, to say the least. That looks awful. Yes, there's a Changeling remake. I heard about it, and I'm going to rant about it in the next Talking Cinema. Yeah, I do agree that back in the 80s, The Blob needed to be remade because of, modern technology and all that other stuff. He talks about the House on Haunted Hill films. He asks, was the original one of the better 50s horror films along with The Creature from the Black Lagoon that I've seen? Yeah, it was. Like I've said, it's one of the best 50s horror films that I've seen is the original House on Haunted Hill. The remake, one of the better remakes? It's not one of my favorites, but I guess I would say it's one of the better ones, especially from that decade. I guess he wants me to really just destroy and just wreck those DVDs of that he sent to me as coasters. Would I say The Visit is in my top 20 of least fave movies? I don't know. Like I said, I need to think about that some more before I say something like that. He mentions Bill and Ted 3. How it looks kind of flat. Yeah, the teaser was not the best. It wasn't very excellent. I'll talk about that more in the Talking Cinema. He talks about Green Knight. Yeah, I hope that does get released because that looked really interesting, especially visually. He also wants me to do a rant on how films have aged poorly and why women heroes on film today fail compared to the past. I know he wants me to do that, and I still might do it, but I just kind of want to wait on that. Things just seem a little bit too crazy right now in terms of the climate. I just don't really want to do a video like that and put a target, right in the middle of my face and on this channel as a result. I just rather not go there. But I do agree with a lot of the things that you're saying about the topic, though, Jonathan. And he mentions Mr. Mom. Yeah, I did watch that also. I do need... That's another... Thanks for reminding me, because that's another film I need to review. The Evil Dead film, that's another one, because I rewatched those recently. And Freddy's Nightmares, Season 1, and more Lost Film Files, and all that other stuff. Yeah, I would like to do more Lost Film Files. Thanks for reminding me about that as well. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I have some more stuff coming up. I'm just gonna rest my weary eyes and my weary head, and I'll get up and I'll get some more videos done tomorrow and hopefully post some. But until then, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. See ya.